In today's modern society, people's days are filled with t-ball practices, work, and grocery store trips. In Riverside County, most don't need to worry about dangerous flooding, except in the rarest of circumstances. But it certainly hasn't always been that way. The importance of a dedicated agency solely focused on the protection of life and property from flooding became abundantly clear in the aftermath of the powerful March 1938 storms. During this epic flood, the Santa Ana River escaped its banks and devastated both Rubidoux and northern Riverside. The raging Santa Ana River swept away nearly all of its bridges, leaving citizens cut off from neighbors and services for weeks. By the end of March, over 100 souls perished in Riverside County. In the aftermath of this disaster, the Riverside County Board of Supervisors petitioned the state legislature for a regional drainage authority to manage floodwaters and promote conservation of local water supplies. On July 7, 1945, the legislature took action to create the Riverside County Flood Control and Water Conservation District. In 1955, Riverside County enacted a trailblazing standard to require 100-year flood protection for new developments. To support county growth and make this standard feasible, the district embarked on an ambitious program of mapping its entire service area using new technology known as photogrammetry. This extensive mapping allowed the district to assess flood risk accurately, which set the stage for future flood control facilities. Other counties followed suit, and the 100-year standard was later adopted across the U.S. with the National Flood Insurance Act of 1968. For the next 30 years, a hardworking group of engineers, surveyors, and staff worked together to build landmark flood control projects in Riverside County to address the damages resulting from the 1938 storms and prepare for future ones. In 1969, Mother Nature again revealed her wrath by delivering up to 30 inches of rain in a series of January and February storms. But this time, the district was better prepared. Although the Van Buren Bridge washed away again, the newly built Santa Ana River levees and Riverside regional dams worked as designed. There were no deaths reported in this storm, and there is little doubt that these facilities were instrumental in protecting Riverside's now thriving metropolis. The 1969 floods also reignited public awareness of flooding risk and the need for additional flood protection, which led to a voter-approved bond in 1971 to finance flood control projects throughout western Riverside County. Another set of powerful storms punished the Southland in 1993. This time, Murrieta Creek overtopped its banks near historic Old Town Temecula, causing severe flood damage. With the district's leadership and the support of local cities and the county, Congress authorized the $90 million Murrieta Creek Flood Control, Environmental Restoration, and Recreation Project. When completed, this multi-purpose project will be one of the first to integrate ecosystem restoration, parks, and trails within a 260-acre detention basin. The district's challenges didn't stop there. In August 2018, the Holy Fire devastated the Santa Ana mountain range. The fire turned thick chaparral and forest slopes into dangerously erodible ash and dust capable of triggering deadly debris flows. The district's talented team jumped into action and worked tirelessly to develop projects to mitigate the risks of mud and debris flows to the residents of Lake Elsinore and Temescal Valley. This work ended up being critical, as this extraordinary fire was followed by a record-breaking storm season, including a 1-in-200-year storm event in February 2019. Nevertheless, devastation to neighborhoods and Lake Elsinore's ecosystem was kept to a minimum, thanks to the preparation of the local flood basins, which safely captured tens of thousands of dump truck loads of ash and debris. But the district isn't only about flood protection. The district also promotes conservation of local water supplies through partnership projects, such as the existing Victoria recharge basins in Riverside and the proposed Beaumont Line 16 project in Cherry Valley, which will work in conjunction with the Noble Creek Recharge Basins and the proposed Bautista Creek Recharge Basin expansion. These projects exemplify how flood control has evolved from a primarily basic safety-oriented agency to one that also sees its mission as providing a greater quality of life by improving local groundwater reserves through water conservation.
The district is proud of its accomplishments, its reputation, and its resolve to provide the highest quality service to our communities across the last 75 years. Our mission drives us to not only protect the health and safety of our residents through effective stormwater management, but to also promote sustainable and livable communities through dual-use partnerships with our sister agencies. Whether it's working with local water districts to develop and enhance our local water supplies, our partnerships with local cities and parks departments to promote dual-use parks, trails, and even habitat restoration, we work diligently to maximize the value of our projects to our communities. It is likely that some of our greatest challenges lie ahead. Much work remains to be done. On our 75th anniversary, we renew our commitment to you to be a leader in the field of stormwater management, to achieve extraordinary results for our customers and community, to be the home of high-quality teams that our staff can be proud of, and to return the maximum value that we can to our community with our projects. We look forward to demonstrating our dedication to you in the years to come.
The truth is, you may not know much about flood control or see it, but the benefit it provides are priceless to our communities. Rarely do we spend the time to recognize the role infrastructure plays in our quality of life. In my district, I have seen the benefits in Eastvale, where dairies and empty fields transformed into an award-winning city with a complete drainage plan highlighted by multi-use flood control basins, which double as open space areas when skies are clear. It is easy to overlook, but one of the most critical services that a community needs is flood protection. What I really appreciate, though, is the effort that staff makes to accomplish flood control, while at the same time creating livable spaces where our communities come together to live, work, and play. As County Supervisor, I am proud to see the Flood Control District continue to uphold its mission by responsibly managing stormwater in the service of safe, sustainable, and livable communities.